Hi folks, so today you find me on the Pennine Bridleway and we have a useful map. At the start, Middleton top, and eventually we're trying to get to Kirby Stephen. As it says here, it was opened in 2004 with the first 120 miles, and the plan was to actually go 350 miles from Derbyshire to Northumberland. I'm afraid they stopped at Kirby Stephen, so we're still waiting for the completion. Well, about 10 metres from the start, we have a finger post that actually says Middleton top, Pennine Bridleway. I'm sure you've guessed by now, but this is an old railway line that we're following. So originally this was the Cromford High Peak line, and lots of quarries around here from 100 years ago, obviously taking advantage, and hence we have lots of these tunnels. Apparently steam engines used to have quite a few attempts to get up that. I managed it in one. I'll be riding the gentle wind that blows through your hair, reminding you how we shared in the joy of living. See the old railway cutting. we have the remains of an old quarry crane here. You see the quarry around us. We suspect that would have been used to load stone onto the railway. Admiring the embankment there as it goes across that little bit of a dip, and of course that was to keep the trains on the same contour line and obviously keep us on the same contour line. With that gift from Croatia came Rick. I don't know how we got a Kiwi. Apparently it's a shelter to keep out the wind and rain. So this is a place called Spello. It's worth keeping in mind because there's a pub just off the trail up here. And I could be wrong, but I think they even do camping. There's definitely something going on here. It's kind of all marked. Oh, campsite rules. So yeah. It looks like you can camp here. So Rick's gone to check the shop, but it looks like it would be a good place to stop at the end of the day. It's a bit early still for us, but you could aim to get here. It's about 18 miles to this campsite. And it says down here, caution, 1 in 5, steep gradient, slippery when wet. Advice to dismount your horse. We're at the bottom now. I was a bit concerned to film as I was coming down. It's a lovely little area. And there's another trail. Just come down the valley there and then went across the bridge. Obviously I pointed out this trail, but was able to connect to here. And I saw the signs and it talks about an alternative route for the Pennine Bridleway. And it's signposted here. Alternative route north, avoiding bridge and ford. And I know that this trail is actually quite interesting and nice and flat, of course. I thought, yeah, let's do this then. So the plan now with the change to the route is that we're trying to get to Millersdale. We'll have to drop off the trail down to the river just before we get to Millersdale. And then once we're in Millersdale, we can, what can I say, go to the pub. I think it's called the Angler's Rest. Good pub, good food. So we can have something to eat there. And then after that, it is finding somewhere to wild camp because time's pushing on. But yeah, it is actually quite good because we've got full lighting whilst being in the tunnel. Although, as you saw from that note, you could turn the lights off at any moment. Right, head down. Keep the speed up, Nigel. Need to get there. Leaving the river now and coming into the outskirts of Millersdale. So that's where we would have been if we had to come down to the riverside. Yep, in Millersdale now. But later on, after we've got a grab to eat, I'm gonna go up that road over there. So we've taken these steps, and in fact, on that signpost there is a badge for the Limestone Way. We're going to pick up the limestone way to find somewhere to wild camp later. I love the sign. So this is the trail. If I look over that way, yeah, you virtually can't see us. So I'm just checking. Leave no trace. Can see all the flat grass. And Rick's over here checking his. You can see the flat grass again. So yep, seems all fine. Pick up my pack and go. Oh. Going in that direction. Oh. I think I'll climb over the wall. And we still had a lot of wind last night. Like I said, we've got the kind of leftovers from Storm Amy, but this was a really sheltered spot. No troubles at all. A little bit of rain, but all is fine with the world. So there is a reasonable amount of road on the Bridleway, but you're out in the country, as you can see, and get some great views. Hi folks, so we've now changed from walking through the White Peak, which refers to the limestone, and we're now in the area that's called the Dark Peak. And the Dark Peak is made up of gritstone and sandstone. Yeah, you can see gritstone here mainly now, kind of shaly. Apparently this is Oscar. This carving of Oscar is dedicated to Russell Clark. Well, we've just been in the cafe. Very impressed. Bit small, so you have to squeeze in. So this is a good example of where the Bridleway, as you can see from this sign here, goes down the hill. I'll show you on the map, but very bizarrely there's a Bridleway here, and if we go this way we avoid going on the road, and it's slightly shorter, so yeah, this is the way we're going. As you can see, this footpath's okay, or bridle path in actual fact. I don't understand why the official one goes the way it does and then ends up on the road as well. If you're looking at the map and you're hiking, they're the kind of things to look out for. Avoids the road, and in this instance saves you a bit of leg work. If you've ever looked at the Pennine Bridleway on a map, you'll see a continuous line, but officially it stops and then it doesn't restart, and it has like maybe 20-30 miles missing in the middle. There's no signpost. If you look at a map or an app, it will show it going over this way, but you can officially, or in our case unofficially, take the kind of hiker's approach over this way. As it says there, cyclists to stay on the bridle path, but we as hikers can go straight across. And of course it's going to be more interesting this way, hopefully anyhow. Of course we are hearing planes almost constantly now, because they're dropping down into Manchester Airport, and right in the distance is Manchester itself. Some cracking views. Why would you not want to do the Pennine Bridleway? Well, I indicated before that we was taking the hikers Pennine Bridleway, and you can see a little badge there that says that. You know you're on the right track when you see these pedestrians with double buttons. Ah, there you go. I won't press it. You can see they're for horses. Well, horse riders. Clearly that's us. We're back on the main route now, and this is sharing it again with cyclists and horse riders, so no longer just a dedicated walkers route. Now the plan is a little bit complicated by the fact that I had mentioned Storm Amy before, which delayed our plans in terms of our original start date, and that's kind of messed up my diary. So I need to pop home for just tonight. So we're kind of using our home, or my home, as a B&B, and I need to catch the train at a place called Hadfield. So yeah, slight detour, but luckily home is not too far away, 20 miles or so, so it's easy enough to do. But yeah, a bit strange. Well, it feels strange being on the trail and then using my home as a B&B stop, but needs must, and if I didn't do these kind of things it wouldn't all work out. Anyhow, back to the trail. I'm getting very close to urban now, so I'm going to sign off and I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye for now.